Okay, so I'm down at the Lancaster Chester Railroad train yard. And I know the camera moves a lot. I've had people tell me the camera moves a lot. Well, listen, you know, I'm not Paramount Pictures. I don't have $8 million worth of equipment, and I'm on a hill. So I do the best I can. What can I tell you? And then I got to watch what's around me. So take that all into consideration when you watch a video of mine. But anyway, I stopped because this is what made me stop. And occasionally I see this beauty over here, and it's it's an old, obviously it's an old Union Pacific locomotive. The word used to be locomotive, engine, locomotive. And I'm on very rough terrain here, by the way, okay? So cut me a break. But anyway, I wanted to get a shot of this thing from the front. I'm actually standing on the tracks. So if this thing was coming at you, this is what you would see. It's a monster. You know, it's a monster. And I want to get a shot this way of it. And I just wanted to explain once again what these engines are all about. They're actually a combination of diesel and electric. Well, you can see clearly. And I don't know why they run them this way. I could never figure it out, because to me, that's the front of the engine right there. I'm actually trying to put myself in the shade right now. You know, that's the front right there. And that's where I want to be looking at if I'm pulling something. But over here, I mean, they got the front and the back, and it looks like the engine is heading that way. So it cuts down on your visibility a lot. You really can't see everything from the back. But anyway, long story short, you have 6 gigantic, or actually 12 gigantic wheels on this engine. And the big thing on the bottom is the fuel tank. That holds all the fuel. That's diesel fuel. The doors that are behind the flag contain the engine itself. That's how big it is. The pistons are huge. And these pistons generate motion, which turns the alternators, which are over there and over there, and they go to the wheels, which are all electric. So it's actually a combination of diesel and electric. So just wanted to show you, because this is really for people in model railroading groups that I belong to, because they enjoy stuff like this. So I'm going to do this. I'm trying to do things with both hands here, okay? And get it right. Take a look at this. Actually, let me turn it this way. So this is the scale model. Let me bring it into the sunlight. This is the scale model of the engine that's in front of me. This is the scale model. That's an HO scale Union Pacific engine, except the one I'm holding has 8 wheels and this one has 12. But it's basically the same. Take a look. Let me back up here. I gotta walk all the way back up here now to get this distance. See that? Look at that. And where the flag is where Union Pacific would be. But other than that, it's just about the same engine. The front's a little bit different, but basically the same. And so that's something I would like to ask the engineers one day is, why do you drive the train and put the front in the back? Unless he or she was pushing these cars, which is possible. They might have been pushing those empty coal cars. So I don't really know. I just know that if I'm driving it, I want full visibility, and I want that part to be over here if I'm going in that direction. Anyway, that's my video. Here's my beautiful HO scale Union Pacific engine that's basically identical, except for the wheels, to the one over there. And they have 4 more engines across the street. I was told by someone that those are for sale, and they go anywhere from $750,000 to $1 million. I think a new one is a little over $1 million, so I don't know. But definitely like $750,000 and up. So they have 4 of them over there, and then they have this beautiful Union Pacific, old Union Pacific train right over here. So because I love trains, I had to stop and make this video for people in the model railroading groups that I belong to, and I hope they enjoyed it.